I didn't take the time to connect myself with other like-minded individuals who may have been a little bit further ahead in their journey than I am that could mentor me. I always thought, I'm an entrepreneur, I've got this, I know what I'm doing, I'm gonna figure it out. Well, guys, there's an easier way of doing it. And the difference between knowledge and wisdom is what? Knowledge is learning from your experience. Wisdom is learning from somebody else's experience.
MZ, one of the things that we wanted to walk through with you is just, can you just list out really at like a high level, the 6 components of EOS?
Right. So just kind of going back, again, it's the first key component is all about vision and making sure everybody's 100% on the same page with where you're going. And then the second is the people component, making sure you have the right people, so they're aligned with your core values. That's how you build the culture, and they sit in the right seats. So we use something called the accountability chart. Many people will know it as the organizational chart. And the third key component is all about the data, doing measures to see how we're successful. Many people will recognize KPIs, key performance indicators.
Sure.
Right? So we use leading indicators on that. And then again, the issue solving component. You know, the favorite thing that I do for my clients and working with people is solving their issues and giving them the weight to be able to solve their issues. Because when you can get to the core of an issue and just tear it apart to solve it so it goes away forever, it's a game changer. No longer are you coming back next week at a meeting going, oh, I thought you did it. No, I thought you did it, right? No, it's so good. So solving your issues and making sure you're doing it at the core is really vital to having your organization gain speed. Yeah. So, and real quick, the fifth key component again is the processes. So everybody knows what they're supposed to do, when they're supposed to do it, how they're supposed to do it. So when you look in your organization, everywhere you go, whoever is touching that process, you know they're doing that step correctly. Yeah. And then the last one, of course, is traction. It's all about execution. Yeah. You know, if you think about a vision at the top and traction execution at the bottom, a vision without the traction execution is what? It's a dream.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. MZ, can you share some of the industries that you worked with?
Yeah. So, you know, the thing about what I do is not industry specific. Yeah. So I've worked with some startups that are out there revolutionizing industries. I've worked with IT companies and marketing companies, service companies, even a dentist, right? I helped a dentist. And, you know, real estate seems to be really big right now. I'm finding that the realtors are very hungry for being able to build their business. It's not me, you guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not me. Okay, there's a system and a framework, and there's an actual way to be able to be successful at business. EOS is the best method to help you do that. But again, it's not me. I know business because I've been in business. I ran a business for 40 years. I know what not to do in business. I learned the hard way. In the end, the businesses that I work with that are most successful, they do the work. Yeah. So, one of my long-standing clients recently sold their business to a PE firm, and one of the partners called me up to thank me for helping them. And as we were going through things, I said, you know, you guys did the work, not me. You know, I just, you know, of course, you know, he says, well, MZ, no, you had a big part of it, but it's really up to the leaders and the owners of the organizations to do the work. I can't motivate you to do everything that I'm showing you and telling you to do. You have to do it.
Right. Well, it's it's almost like going through the EOS material in itself, right? You were in essence sort of a visionary for us, right? Like we have the vision for our business, but you have the EOS vision, and then it's up to us to actually implement it, right?
And,
We
and
could all
draw
go
it
to
out.
Yeah. We could read books and we could go to all these events and watch things on YouTube and all these things, but unless you actually come back and integrate it and take action, then
Well,
it just
that's
could
why
be
they call it
another-
the accountability chart. So that's the way
Exactly,
everybody's
right.
held to it. Well, with what you're saying, MZ, and all the experiences you had, what would you say is the biggest challenges that some owners face when wanting to take their business in the next level, and what stops them?
Yeah. Biggest challenges. Well, first of all is I think getting clarity, and especially for visionaries. So we describe visionaries as big thinkers and people who look down on the business from a 30,000-foot level. They're creative at solving problems. They come up with 30, 40 ideas just for breakfast. And what happens is visionaries lose clarity very quickly. They get bored. They want to go on to the next thing. They're constantly chasing the shiny stuff, the next best thing. And getting disciplined to stay within the lanes of what you do really, really well is extremely important, because as you keep taking off ramps, you're never going to get to where you're going. If you're going from New Jersey to California and you have a road map, and EOS and the vision traction organizer will build out that vision so you can get to California, but the visionary is going to keep wanting to take the off ramps because there's something really nice on the way there to go see. Oh, there's an overlook. Let's go over here and let's look at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
So I think remaining disciplined and keeping clarity is one of the biggest challenges. Of course, guys, it's people. I hate that cliche. I really do. Did a lot of thinking about it, right? Oh, people are our best assets, right? Oh, our people make the difference. And then I did a little bit of drill down on it and started to think, there's really a lot of truth to that. So let me ask you guys a question. Have you ever gone into a business where you walk into the business and it's alive? Like, it's just got the vibe.
You can feel the energy.
Yeah.
You could feel the energy. People are happy that you're there.
Yeah.
They show up to help you. Oh, have you ever gone into a business where you walk in and it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then you go up to an associate and you're like a speed bump in their day. Oh, sorry to interrupt you. Why'd you come to work today? I
Yeah.
didn't mean
That's
to
the
ruin your
DMV
day.
right there. It's a perfect example.
Right. So I would say that just you really have to work hard at making sure that you have the people around you who are aligned on that vision, have that clarity of where you want to go, that can help you execute it. Get those two things right, and I think the rest of what I do and what it requires to be successful at business starts falling into place, because really that stuff, we'll call it stuff, those tools are really something that I can teach.
Yeah.
Right? The first two, I can help guide, but it's really up to you guys as the business owner to figure that out and maintain that discipline and make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the people that you need and want.
Yeah. Maintaining that clarity is a struggle, right? Because it's easy to say you have to stay focused and have that clarity, but what can you actually do? What can you implement so that way you're not being distracted?
Right.
Because if the vision gets dull, going after one thing over and over again and not getting excited by the other things, what do you do then?
Yeah. Well, that's where that's where
Can you
the
tell who's in what role over here?
if there's one thing that I regret that I could go back and do differently, and this is from my heart, guys.
Sir, you're skipping ahead. That was one of our questions. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I can't help
You
myself.
just killed the soft moment. He was going deep.
You had to keep
One
it real.
regret.
None of us are that soft.
Yeah. He could see I was going to start crying. He's like, "Oh, okay, can't have that."
Have another sip.
It was that regret would be that I didn't take the time to connect myself with other like-minded individuals who may have been a little bit further ahead in their journey than I am that could mentor me. I always thought, I'm an entrepreneur. I've got this. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to figure it out. Well, guys, there's a easier way of doing it. And the difference between knowledge and wisdom is what?
Is execution.
Knowledge is learning from your experience. Wisdom is learning from
what's the
somebody
difference?
else's
Interesting.
experience,
Yeah.
right? And you know, it was that attitude that, you know, geez, I ran the business for 40 years. I iterated it 3 different times. So when I sold the business, it was completely different than when I started,
Yeah.
right? And you asked earlier, Kiro, about, you know, how do you do that? How do you stay focused? How do you know, for 40 years I did that, right? And it's a battle, right? There's a lot of self-reflection and conversations you have with yourself that help you be successful. And again, tapping into the individuals that have done its job,
Yeah.
I think is really key, right?
What I'll respond to that and just say, I think that's actually one of the things that I think Kiro and I actually do pretty well is that we do seek out a lot of mentors. So much so that, you know, we even, you know, we've shadowed a lot of top producing agents. We've shadowed a lot of team leaders. If we know that somebody's speaking at an event, we're going to be there and be in the front row and take so many notes that they wonder who the hell this person is and why they're following them around. But that is one thing that we really try to focus on. I would say almost so much so that it's to a fault where it's like we come back with all these crazy ideas where we're like, well, he's doing this and he's doing this and like sometimes we have to figure out like which ones like we actually want to do.
Oh, you know, that's so good. Jim Collins in his book, Good to Great, phenomenal. Anybody that's in business, pick up and read Jim Collins' Good to Great.
Yep.
In the book, he says businesses die more from indigestion than they do from starvation.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So elaborate on that now.
Yeah. Well, you know, as a business becomes successful, as you grow your business and you have additional opportunities that start coming to you, how do you stay focused on what you're doing and what you do best, what you do really well?